now.
I don't know. I don't believe it until I see it on the screen.
What are you talking about?
Until I see it on this
screen.
screen.
You see it on this screen, you can't know.
Don't know if we're live. There's no monitor to tell me that I'm live.
Hey guys, hello.
You're talking to nobody right now. It's not even on yet.
There are real people there.
Nope. Now we're on. Now we're on because I can see it. Why are the colors so bright on this screen?
I don't know, but I love how this.
This is an Ernie setting.
It's like 3D.
You idiots over at Riverdale don't know how to use colors right.
What are you talking about? They look great on Riverdale.
No, they don't.
Really great on Riverdale. What are you talking about?
Sarah looks like a ghost with like a. She looks like a crayon.
A what?
A crayon.
I'm sorry.
A crayon.
Crayon.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
How do you say milk?
No, I do say it wrong. I do. Okay, so fine. I say that wrong. You say that wrong. That's it. Or weird.
Anyways, we're going to be talking about Power Rangers Hyperforce. Welcome to us. We haven't been I haven't been here in a while.
No.
I don't know if you have or not.
No, I kind of.
Who was here last week?
I don't know.
Nobody. I don't even think there was a show last week. It was Batman Jezzer's voice. Sweet Batman Jezzer voice that you got instead of us.
Hey guys, so glad you were able to watch
This is Jezzer's bedroom voice.
Yeah, right.
Trying to seduce your ears.
So creepy.
We're going to be talking about Power Rangers Hyperforce. We're going to be talking about mainly the news coming out of it. Now we have 3 shows to cover, and guess what? We're not going to cover all 3 shows.
No.
We're going to talk about them very loosely. We're not going to go in depth into everything because if you wanted to watch the episode, you got to watch the episode.
Yeah, pretty much.
Realistically, though, it's a fun show.
Definitely.
I like where it's heading. I like the direction it's going. But before we get there, we have a few things to talk about. That's the Super Chat feature. You already know what the Super Chat feature does. If you don't know what the Super Chat feature does, that means you're new to the show. I don't think anybody in this chat right now is new to the show. So it helps support the show. You can help support the show by hitting that Super Chat. Also, we have the THS Hashtaggers group. What that is a group made for you guys, by you guys. It's giving you up-to-date all the latest geek news. Also, you guys can start planning out some future conventions that you have together, meeting other people that are like-minded like you in this geek community that you love so much. And last but not least, we have the we have the T Public store where you can get cool geek t-shirts like this one right there. I actually don't think I have one. I have a Dare shirt on today. So you can get cool geek t-shirts there. Get them there at that hashtag shows T Public store.
Yep.
The shirts are on sale for $14 for the next, I don't know how long, but they're on sale for $14. That's a pretty good price if you want to get one. All right. Now that that's taken care of, you weren't here last week. Where were you? What were you up to? You were battling. You were Black Bolt.
Illness. Yeah. I was. My voice could shatter a nation. At least at that time. So
yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, it was really bad. I couldn't talk.
What happened?
Nothing.
What happened? You got?
No, I just learned.
You have AIDS?
Hey, Chop. Why did everyone say that?
That's the first thing that goes with your voice when you have AIDS.
You know, like everyone does.
First thing to go when you have AIDS is your voice. I hear.
He's a doctor. I believe him. I trust him.
So what else? What else have you been up to? I know you were on Riverdale yesterday.
Oh yeah.
We don't care about that shit. I don't want to know about it. None of them want to know about it either.
Okay. Well, I was reading Shattered Grid, or the preamble too. Can I talk about it now, or is it still like, oh, spoiler? I haven't read it yet.
As long as you tell everybody that there's a spoiler coming, I think it's okay. You can't just go into something and you know what I mean?
So, guys, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. I'm going to talk about the preamble to Shattered Grid and what's leading up to it. Spoiler alert. You have been warned. So, have you heard about it yet? Or?
No. I haven't read it, but I already know what happens because you said it 3 other times on 3 different shows.
I didn't say 3 other times. I said it twice, I think, in one show. Probably. That was it.
Did you know that Drax doesn't make it out of Infinity War?
What? I'm sorry?
Go ahead. Continue.
What?
Continue.
I don't know what that has. You're speaking like gibberish. I don't. What is?
Continue.
Who and what is Drax? I don't. I'm only talking Power Rangers. I don't know.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying the whole thing about Saba's dead.
Saba is dead.
Saba's dead, and it's because of Lord Draken. Is that what you meant? Lord Draken doesn't make it out of. He
probably makes that up. He's probably the best villain that Power Rangers has ever had.
He clearly is, and that's dope. We need to get Kyle back here so we can talk about that. Just the creation of Lord Draken. I would love that.
Big announcement though. We just found out that the Hyperforce Rangers are going to be in Shattered Grid. They're actually on one of the variant covers of the comic the storyline. I think that's pretty cool that we're actually getting that in canon now.
Yeah, I mean, because they kept talking about how they were canon, and we were like, well, how much are they really going to be canon? And now we get this, where they're stepping over into like another foyer into just fandom.
Now, the cool thing about this also is that this is the first ever fully American-made team.
Yeah.
So that means that we're getting something that's different. Obviously, we're not basing this on a Japanese Sentai.
Yeah.
We are getting something completely different. I think it's kind of cool, though, that Kyle Higgins is letting the Hyperforce, the Hyper RPG guys play in a sandbox a little bit. I think that's pretty cool. I'm excited to see where this goes. Now, where do you think Hyperforce fits in a Shattered Grid? If you had to start throwing out some fan theories.
Well, I mean, that's the thing.
In the chat.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys think?
No.
What?
What do they think? What do you think in the chat? I want to know what you guys think in the chat. How do you think Hyperforce fits in a Shattered Grid? Whoever has the best fan theory, then you are going to be the Power Ranger Hyperforce fan of the week.
Okay, so I have the best fan theory.
You're not eligible.
Why not? I can just take it from, I mean, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like, hey, you're saving money.
Go.
No. No, what if, because they're also doing time travel, they can also do dimension, you know, kind of like going
dimension hopping.
Yeah, dimension hopping, sliding through. And with that, they'll end up like somewhere within it, and I think they may be a big key to really stopping him, ultimately.
You think that they're the key? That's interesting.
I think that would be great.
Interesting.
Because it would be the ones that you didn't really expect the most. And they're the ones that actually just pop in and really have an ability to stop him from doing his dimension hopping.
So we've talked a lot. We've talked a lot about how the Shattered Rangers don't die.
Mm-hmm,
so do you think that we can lose one of them in this?
Nope.
They are expendable technically.
Yeah.
However, listen, here's the way I plan it out, right? So Hyperforce only goes, I think it's going 25 episodes.
Yeah.
Right. So if the series is already over by the time we get there, we can lose one of them. Because by the time they recast for a season 2, there can be a replacement.
Are they really going to look to recast, or are they going to continue?
Well, I mean, I would assume that they're going to continue because it's doing so well. However, I think there's that opportunity to recast. And you got to think, too, somebody like Peter, if he's getting an acting job, he can't be there all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know, same thing with Paulie, like, or any of them, really.
They can get
Christina V, yeah. Like, any of those guys, if they get busy, they can be gone. So, who knows? Who knows? Maybe it's possible that we'd be getting, if one of them die, I will think this, though. If one of them die in the comic, which would be kind of cool, but the comic is on a whole nother level.
Right.
And then I would say Hyperforce, and then maybe the show. But I think it's a little kind of a cop-out if they die in the comic and not in the show.
Not in the show, yeah, that's true.
Because it makes the show mean a little bit less to me.
A little bit less douche.
So that's my own opinion about that. What do you guys think in the chat? I'm seeing a lot of hate, guys. That's not what I asked you.
Wait, what? What did they say?
Just kidding.
I was like, what?
Seeing a lot of hey guys. Hey guys. Anyways,
Didn't see you there.
Phillips Superman says it would be cool if the Alliance leader was Draken or maybe a clone of Tom. So this way, it will be 2 evil Tommies around.
Full circle. I like that. That's an option.
How about you? What says you?
What says I? So what do I say? What do I do? What do I does? I say yeah.
You like that?
Actually, I like that. But let's see. Does anyone else have anything? Because you may be the Hyperforce Ranger of the Week, or we're saying Hyperforce.
So far, Phillips Superman is so far leading that charge. Where's our little bar? That little bar that tells you who's winning?
Oh yeah. You want to change it though for this?
No.
Oh.
No, absolutely not. But I mean, it's good to know who's in the lead, right? I think it's
right
Michael
now,
J.
Is it?
Michael J. Spud was in the lead.
Is it Michael J?
It's Michael J. Jackson Spud.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Is he on?
He's not there.
I want to know actually what does the MJ stand for?
Michael J.
No, it doesn't stand for Michael J.
Michael James Spud.
Oh God.
Anyway, forget about that guy. But we're going to talk more about this. So what do you think? You like that theory?
That theory so far is good, but it seems to be the only one. So,
but Nathan Lemmel says we don't need another Tommy.
Okay, I like that. So now, what's your theory?
So Nathan, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm saying you can't just go over here and cop a squad on somebody's theory and then after that not have one of your own, because then you're just useless.
Oh wait, you got nothing? We're just gonna do nothing.
We're just gonna do nothing.
Great, let's go with that. Let's go with nothing.
Like those shoes.
Now for real though, these last 3 episodes of Hyperforce have been pretty good. We finally get the reveal that Joe is back.
Yeah.
Well, we start off in the SPD timeline, and I think that was a cool era that we all wanted to see go. I don't think they captured Kruger as well as the show did. I don't think I couldn't imagine Kruger acting the way that he was acted on this show. However, I suspend disbelief. I get it. Sure, that's what they wanted to do. That's what they wanted to do. I also found it interesting that there were no Rangers there. So that was another thing.
I don't understand how that
But I do like how that all played out, because when it almost felt like we were in like Canto Bight, or like an arcade version of Canto Bight from Star Wars in that scene.
Where it was like everyone just like, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So that was kind of cool. We got a lot of that. We got Joe finally back. So he's back reunited. But the way that it kind of got there was weird, because he didn't reveal himself to the end of episode 15. That he was working with them, and then pretty much what ended up happening was he ends up getting exposed. He ends up joining up with the guys. He ends up getting hurt. Yep. So the whole episode 16, he's pretty much just in a med bay.
Yeah.
And then episode 17 is where he comes home, and he finally his parents get to see him, but they're off to fight another day.
But on episode 16, we also had that episode was called Homecoming, right? And that's when everyone else got to like meet.
That was pretty cool, actually.
That's why I was like, oh wow, like peering into them going back into their time, which is like 30-something, 30, 25 or whatever it was. And for them
20, it is 30, it's 30, 17.
Yeah, and for them to be able to meet their family and like everyone getting their bits of information. Was it not Vesper, but what's the other one?
Chloe?
Chloe's whole thing about how her family, how they just found her or whatever like that, and blah, blah. Like, that was interesting. We wanted that bit of information, and they gave it to us in spades. Like, there was no question about it.
Thomas Franco does bring up a great point, though, that when Eddie did his super fast talking and blew his team's cover, that was great. That was such a great moment by Andre. He did a really good job of that.
True.
By the way, we'll be talking to the Hyperforce Rangers in about 2 weeks, all of them. So we'll have some fun things to talk with them. So if you guys have any questions for them, you can hit us up on THS hashtaggers, or you can send us a Facebook message right here on YouTube, not on YouTube, on Facebook. Hit us up on Facebook, or email us at I think it is THS fanquestions. No, fanquestions at thathashtagshow.com.
There you go.
But continue with what you were saying.
No, I love that. Like, we got so much, I guess, intel, but so much of a great view concerning them on a different level. It gave us more background for each one of the characters. And it was like, to an extent, you were like, I didn't think they can give us more background because they gave us everything already. So for us to get more info was pretty cool. I loved it.
Yeah.
My opinion. But episode 17.
Episode 17 was more or less them going home. I'm not going to lie. I'm 100% candid with you. I didn't finish it. You know why I didn't finish it? I'll tell you why. They're 2.5 hours long. And I have a lot going on in my life. Mm-hmm. A lot. So for me to actually sit down and dedicate 2.5 hours of time is daunting.
So it breaks up. You have to break it up.
So if you want me to dedicate more time to this, I need more viewers. What that means is share out this video, or else, listen, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. It's
so Layla says, I really need to understand why I don't watch Hyperforce. I know why you don't watch it. It's 2.5 hours long.
Yeah.
It's 2.5 hours long.
You can try to listen to it. There is a podcast or audio version. You can try to do that. Like, that's what I've been told, you need to do. You can do it while you commute, All right, here you go, 30 minutes to work, 30 minutes back. Then after that, you get home, 30 minutes in the shower. I don't know, whatever. Try to break it up. It's 2.5 hours? Is it really?
It's 2 hours and 42 minutes.
Yeah, that's...
on average.
That's ungodly, 1. 2, that's a lot of... You know what? And Peter never complains. Like, every time we talk to him about it, he's so excited to do it.
I mean, it's
I would be like,
but it's different.
I can't play a board game for 2.5 hours.
I think that's a completely different experience. Is when you're actually the one that's playing it, and when you're actually the one that's watching it. True. Those are two different things. Because guess what? Also, I'm pretty sure those baseball players that play baseball are really excited to be on that field. But for me as a viewer, I want to pull my eyes out.
I just go back and get a lot of beer and eat some hot dogs.
When you play golf, I'm sure it's a ton of fun. I played it a couple times. But when you watch it, different story. So here's the thing. This is what we do. We're going to sum it up for you in a couple of words. First episode, actually episode 15.
Okay.
It was very good. It is definitely worth a listen because you get to find out more of what's going on. They do explore the bigger world of Power Rangers, and you are put in the SPD. If you like SPD, you'll dig it. Second episode, I think, was the best out of the bunch.
Yes.
It's daunting to get through, but the character development in this episode was quite amazing. Mm-hmm. I didn't make it through the third episode.
Yeah, sorry. You guys can inform us. What happens at the end?
Yes. Oh, look, MJ Spud's in here.
Hey, MJ Spud. So what does MJ stand for? I still don't know, and I would love to. I don't know.
So now that, and we were going to talk about Hyperforce. I mean, I'm sure you guys wanted more of a review than that. And we can talk about it, but we want to take your questions. So hit us with questions right now. Now, if there's one thing you can change about Hyperforce, what would it be?
Well, I know that they talked about the whole thing. They were talking about, even in our community, about how they can speed the game up. That was something concerning, like, when it comes to dice rolls, and they were figuring out, should they even have them, should they not? I remember that was a big discussion. Honestly, because it's like something kind of like for TV, can we just get rid of the dice rolls? I've changed. I remember when I was against it, when you were like,
but you
get rid of them. Get rid of the dice rolls,
choose
man.
your own adventure, essentially.
Just get rid of the dice rolls. Man, and just, choose your own adventure. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Rochambeau. I don't know. Get rid of the dice rolls. I'm done with it, because it just feels like it takes a little bit more time. But if you didn't have them, then it wouldn't be a D&D style game.
Well, I just don't think that the way that D&D is supposed to work, the D&D style, the RPG style, you really should say the RPG, not D&D. Mm-hmm. The way that an RPG should work is that there are consequences for what you roll.
Exactly, true.
Again, one of my complaints for this is that there are no consequences for what you roll. However, it does affect certain outcomes, and maybe you get a little bit more storytelling, which is fine. But I feel like everything's so telegraphed on this. Oh, look at that. MJ just gave us a little super chat. Just got back from 11-hour shift at work till 3:35. What do you do, MJ? I know you're a snake wrangler, but no, he is. What are you laughing for? He is. So I know you're a snake wrangler, but I don't know is that what you do for a living? I don't know what it is your actual profession is. Or do you wrangle snakes for fun? Thank you for the super chat, Michael J. Listen,
I'm sorry. I'm picking on you.
You know when you get me on a show, you don't know what to expect.
He's my boy. He knows. He gets
and
what does the MJ stand for?
I'm talking here.
No,
so when you get us on a show, when you get me on a show, like, we can definitely throw you for a loop. And I know you guys all came in for Hyperforce, but you know what? Fuck that.
Yes.
So let's just talk about, if you guys want to talk about Power Ranger stuff, just talk about Power Ranger stuff. I'm going to show you, we're going to do a little experiment, Dan. You want to hear? So here's a funny story.
All right.
Everyone's going to be like, what are they talking about? So I interviewed the cast of Pacific Rim.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, before I get into that.
Okay.
So I only thought, and I told a few people this, I only thought I was supposed to do 5 interviews. and I did do those 5 interviews. Okay. And then I got in my car and I started to leave. So let me tell you how this broke down first. So when I got the email, it said, your interview time to show up is 11:45. Great. But then I had it broken down. It's like, okay, you're interviewing John Boyega at this time, this person at this time. But that wasn't until like 3:30. 3:30 to like 5. And I was like, why am I getting there at 11:45? Yeah. It's like, you know what, forget it. I'm just going to get there at 12. And so I get a phone call as soon as I park. This is like 12:10. And they're like, where are you? And I was like, I'm in the parking lot. I'm walking over. Like, no problem. So as soon as I get there, they're like, are you ready for your interviews? And I was like, yeah. So they take me over. I wasn't ready, by the way. Okay, so, because I thought I was going to have time to prepare. But they take me over. And I was like, man, that's just quick. Maybe I'll get out of here a lot faster today. So I start doing my interviews. I get through all 5 of them. I think I finished by like 2.
Okay.
And then I go and get something to eat. I'm shooting the shit with everybody. And then I leave. I go to my car and I sit there. And as soon as I was in my car, I got another text. And it was like, hey, are you still here? And I was like, yeah. They were like, well, you have another interview with Stephen S. DeKnight, who was the executive producer on Smallville, who directed Pacific Rim. Right. And I was like, I already did my interview. They're like, no, you have a print interview. And I was like, what? So the 11:45 till 3 o'clock was all the TV interviews. Then they scheduled me for 5 other print interviews with the same people. Those were like 15 minutes each. TV interviews are fine. They're like 4 minutes.
Okay, so did you try to like...
I didn't do anything. I just said, I literally, as soon as I did them, put my phone down, I said, we're just going to have a conversation. And then, when we're going to talk for the next 15 minutes.
And that was it?
That was it. It was fine. Luckily, we got a lot of good headlines that way, but like, I hate being in situations like that. Anybody that knows me, I don't like it. Like...
But dude, no, improvisation is just like your thing.
It's not. I'm not an improver guy.
No, see, no, that's bullshit. Because you actually do kind of thrive. You move on that stuff, man. Like literally, you're like, we're gonna do it live, and we're just. I like knowing what I'm going to say, and I like knowing what I'm going to do. I mean, Jezreel will always tell you the story at New York Comic Con. I don't even remember the guy's name. What was the guy's name, Josh? That interviewed Philip, not Philip K. Dix.
It was the Battlestar Galactica guy.
Yeah, what was his name?
Ronald Moore.
Ronald Moore, Battlestar Galactica guy, Ronald Moore. This freaking guy. He was a great guy, actually. And, like, he came in and he's like, hey, I got this interview. I'm supposed to do this interview. I was like, oh, cool. Let me check with who's supposed to do the interview with. And he's like, well, it says Joseph Deckelmeier. I was like, no way. It's not on my schedule. And then I was like, oh, shit, that's me. So I had to do the interview. And he started pitching me the show. And I was like, you know what? Let's just do it. I'm going to talk to you for 30 minutes.
What show did he pitch you?
Electric Sheep or something like that?
Oh, yeah. Philip K.
And I still don't know the name of it because I never really said the name of it because I didn't know. And I just asked him things I wanted to know. And then Jezra was like, I can't believe you. That was crazy. I can't believe you just did that. I had no idea. But that is my worst nightmare. I hate being in those situations.
Oh, dude.
I hate it.
Name? She directed one of them.
Ava DuVernay?
No. She directed one of the episodes. She was the director of Mudbound.
Jodie Foster.
No, but she did.
I know who you're talking about.
She directed an episode of that one. I still haven't watched it yet.
Anyways, we totally derailed. That was a bit of our personal life. Now, you guys want to talk about Power Rangers? Let's talk about MJ. He says, no, it's my first day on a new job today. It's just working in a warehouse for supermarkets, so I can get the money for MorphCon.
Oh,
we've all had those jobs.
Word. Good, man.
We've all had those jobs.
That's gonna be great.
Daniel, what was the worst job you ever had to do for money? Not the ones you do for free.
Okay, cool. Because those are for money. I think it was my first job, Taco Bell.
Why was it so bad?
Actually, it wasn't. I don't know. I've never had a bad job because I think I went from Taco Bell to like an office job, and then from an office job to office job. I've never been out of an office job since that. It's always been like, yo, great 9 to 5, really good pay and benefits. Who says no to that? Like, yeah, it's always been that. I think my funnest job was
hey, MJ, you complain about having an 11-hour shift? Listen,
oh my God.
Back in my day when we were PAs, we used to do long shifts.
16-hour shifts.
Anybody that's in the studio that was ever been a PA, raise your hand. And how, on average, you can answer out loud. On average, how many hours a day?
14 to 18.
14 to 18.
Yep. 14 to 18-hour days. That is a thankless job.
Oh my God.
It is a mindless job. It is a physical job. So you don't have to pay for a gym membership on the plus side. But on the negative downside, if you're working a lot as a PA, you have no social life.
No.
Unless you're crazy.
No.
But yeah.
Not even. Oh God.
So
even if you're not a PA, like you've worked ridiculous hours.
He doesn't. They don't know who you is.
No, producer junior. You've worked ridiculous hours. Am I right? What's the longest stretch?
13. That's weenie shit.
That's not weenie shit.
Yeah, it is.
That's
my longest stretch. My longest stretch I've ever worked consecutively.
22.
I've done. Mine is 21. But when I was on the Taste, you got to think. I had a 2-hour turnaround every day.
Okay.
So it was. I would work like 22 or 21, 22 hours, and then have to go right back to work.
How do you do that? Like I would. Like, you start to feel the body ache and everything. How do you just do that?
That was, by the way, I hope this is out there. Taste, I stole so much alcohol from you. I didn't just, I was like the Robin Hood of that show. So,
we drink
this
like
is
kings.
Totally not about Power Rangers,
like
but I will tell you
kings.
that show, I remember they put me in charge, because I was the production manager on that show.
Everyone
and they put me in charge of the rap party. And I was like, this is the worst decision this show has ever made. Why would you let me be in charge of this? So all the higher ups left. So I was the next higher up. And I was like, hey, I told all my guys who were the PAs, because I hired everybody. I told everybody, I was like, yo, bring your cars over here and we're put all this alcohol. Let's just rate it. So the next day I come into work, they're like, hey, what happened to all the alcohol? I was like, I don't know, man. Those caterers must have taken it. News, it was me. It was me all along. I was a mastermind.
News, You're like, breaking story.
Yes,
It
that was a
was
lot
me.
of fun.
Dear God.
Back to Power Rangers.
Well, Power Morphicon, man.
Yeah. Power Morphicon is going to be a lot of fun. You know what? There is a bit of news. So the auditions have just started for Power Rangers Beast Morphers. And
You should share that one. That whole,
well,
oh
I
my
have
God.
a little news. I saw not only the character. Oh man, I forgot to text Jessica. Not only saw the character breakdowns for the show. I saw the sides. Like I know the lines for the show.
Uh-huh.
I will say it's going to be pretty interesting. It seems like it's going to go back to a Power Ranger, like I think a former Power Ranger is going to come back as their mentor,
Everyone said that,
and it's going to be like a
see.
squad now.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. So anybody that was familiar with Power Ranger Hexagon, I think is going to be kind of familiar with the setup here. But there's two girls on hashtag show, which I'm super proud of, that are both auditioning for the show, and I almost guarantee one of them is going to get it.
One of them is definitely going to get it. It's going to be a big thing.
But here's the first girl. We don't have both pictures, but here's the person that, out of all of the people from our cast, it is well, I don't want to say that. Out of the girls, I think they both have a fair shot. But
Yeah.
here's one of the pictures now, coming up any second.
Oh, boom! It's on there. It's already up.
Maverick, congratulations. I mean, she hasn't gotten the
Look
role
at
yet,
that,
but I
though.
think she
Like,
looks perfect for it.
Come on. I love that whole, like, she's saying it looks like an RPM, actually. It looks like it's like a bit from RPM with the car in the background and everything. But I love it. She does have that heroic stance where she's like, yes, I'll save the world. And you're like, yeah, I'm in for it.
She has a great shot at this, and I'm really happy for her. Her and I were talking today. I told her what she needed to go over, what she needed to practice. So she's really excited about this.
So has she perfected her, like, what her ADR kind of thing will be?
No,
like,
well,
Tommy,
you got to perfect. You got to perfect. You got to perfect the lines first, right?
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, come
So-
on. She's a natural.
Well, yeah, she is former Miss Mississippi.
Yep.
Gives her a leg up. She's
Not
done-
former. She's Miss Mississippi. She won. So
Hey, Edward, keep your wiener in your pants, man. Relax, buddy.
Whoa.
Just kidding.
Whoa.
Uh,
Whoa.
But yeah, so she has a good shot. But a fan saw that because we posted it today on our channel. I'm sorry, on our Instagram. A fan saw that and made this in response.
Which I love.
So
Look
this
at
is
that,
amazing.
like,
I love this
the
picture.
side by side, like the way it looks, and you just see it, and you're like, okay. All right. It looks like someone's almost announcing it. Like, oh, I got breaking news. I already know who's casted. Like, it looks like that. And I can't wait for that to be a thing when it actually does happen, because I think it's going to happen.
Yep, and then also the other person that's auditioning, we're gonna have pictures of them next week.
Oh, yeah. We don't want to just, we want to say who it is.
I mean, it's
We don't
Jessica. Now, why wouldn't it be Jessica?
There you go.
I mean, both of those girls are great. They're awesome. I think at the end of the day, I'm a proud papa. Proud Papa Bear.
Papa Bear?
I love that they both put me down as their agent, by the way. Too.
Yeah, that's, oh my God.
Of course they did. But
It's a new thing you should start. I'm telling you. Just start being the agent for Rangers.
I probably can.
Make it a thing.
I know it's something that
Chris would sign in with you.
Chris just texted me about that. He was like, "When are you gonna?"
I
I'm
think
not doing that. Brendan Mejia.
I think Brendan would. I don't know about Peter and
Peter, yeah, I'm in the best interest of
Yoshi,
their career.
but only for like Ranger stuff though. Would they sign up?
You know what, Anna? I don't think there's any hope about it. She's gonna get the part, or one of them are gonna get the part. I don't think we got a hope.
Yeah. I think it's definitely gonna happen.
I think it's gonna happen. So
We're gonna have to send a crew down to New Zealand.
let's talk about some Morphicon stuff.
Okay.
Did you go last year?
Yeah.
You didn't go.
Yeah, dude.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't remember
So
you there.
I had the whole not last year, the year before last.
Well, yeah, but
I had the-
what was
I
your
worked
biggest
the show.
memory from that? Really? I don't remember.
My
I was
biggest-
really busy. I
My
was.
biggest memory was a fan coming up to Joe.
No, come on.
It's like, oh yeah,
Get out.
no, that's what happened. That's what happened. And are you? Can I take a picture with you? Is that? Can we? Come on. Is that? Oh my God.
That also happened at Pacific Rim, by the way.
Bull. No.
Did it not, Josh?
It's dying.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they made me take a picture in front of the Pacific Rim poster with them. If you're watching, it
Dude, did he
it
have
was
his
nice with
Instagram?
you.
Did he tag you?
Yeah, he tagged me on. Yeah, he tagged me.
I need to see that later.
Yeah.
I need to see that later.
What?
What?
It did happen at Pacific Rim.
I'm jealous.
The first time it ever happened, you were there.
Oh yeah, that's
Because
right.
it was
That's
in the
right.
bathroom
That's
with
right.
my wiener in my hand, and a dude came up to me and was like, "Hey, can I get a picture?" I was like, "Yeah,
He
we
was
can do this after."
hey, can I get a picture? And Joe was like, you're touching me. We're in the restroom.
It was weird. It was definitely awkward. So if you find me in a bathroom, do not talk to me. It's
just like me in an Uber pool. If you see me in an Uber pool, don't talk to me.
Why?
I don't know you. I don't know you.
Why?
That's weird. I don't want to talk to somebody in an Uber pool. I don't.
What's wrong with that?
I get in an Uber pool. You know what I want to do? Put on my headphones and act like I don't see anybody.
You know what I find funny is that we've talked about Power Rangers very little on this episode, so we're sorry. But on the flip side of this, hey, it's entertaining, right?
Yeah. Right.
But they do want to talk about a Forever Pink. Personally, if there was a Forever Pink, it's not Amy Jo Johnson that's the leader of this. I think it's Jen Scott. Yeah, she was the only female Pink leader.
That's right.
Duh.
That's right.
She's
already got everything. And from what we're watching with Retro, I don't think I want Kimberly leading anything at the moment.
Oh yeah, that's not the best of choices.
No.
Oh, dude,
she's not
met you at last year's. You met me, or you met Daniel at last year's MorphCon?
Yeah, I don't.
Mari,
you.
I can't say your last name. I'm sorry, love. It's like Villalobos.
She met you.
I honestly don't remember meeting a ton of people at last year. I was at the booth too, though.
Shirts.
Guys, Layla has good news.
Oh wait, I'm listening.
About MorphCon.
Please.
Now she won't be going this year, but she's going in 2020. Daniel, how old are you gonna be in 2020?
I don't even know. How old am I now? That's the worry. I don't even know.
Actually, your daughter might actually be a member of this team in 2020.
She'll be taking my place by 2020. I won't even be here. My daughter will be like, "Hey guys."
How old is your daughter? What is she? They're 14. 14. Man, they grow up fast, huh?
Yeah, by 2020, yeah, she'll actually be a host there. I don't even know.
You know what's? Let's talk about your daughter for a second.
Oh, that's scary.
No, not in a weird way.
Yeah, well, it's always weird.
Here's the thing. Could you have hoped or imagined your daughter was going to turn out to be a geek?
No, originally no.
You didn't think it was going to go down that road?
No, well, she's a popular geek though. That's a cool.
But what did you think it was going to? What would you think she was going to be a jock?
Well, she is a jock.
What did you think she was going to be?
Start playing her ball team. I'm like, yo.
It's not what I asked you.
I'm just telling you. I'm sort of there.
What did you think she was going to be?
I didn't know. I knew that she was going to be popular. I just knew that. Because it was like kids always gravitate towards her. Like they like talking to her and she knows how to politic with people. So it was like, all right, I just thought she'd be like some popular girl. And I thought, honestly, because she's all physical and everything, I thought she'd like, oh God, she's going to be a freaking cheerleader or something like that. Nope. She went for basketball and then also heavy in nerd stuff.
So let me ask
Anime is her.
Let me ask you another question, though.
Yeah.
Let me ask you another question.
And she also loses her stuff every time she sees Peter. She loves seeing him.
One more question is, you got to be a little disappointed that her geekdom is anime. There's a small sense of disappointment there.
No. There's a thing apparently which is weird. A lot of African American girls are like heavy in anime.
Get out of here.
No joke.
I don't ever see them at Anime Expo.
Anime Expo, yeah. I guess because they're like I can't be around weirdos. But there's still.
I think it's fair to assume that the anime fans are probably the weirdest sect of fans. No offense to you, anime. You know what? Yes, 100% offense to you, anime fans out there. You guys are the weirdest fucking bunch of people I've ever met in my life.
You guys,
straight up.
Seriously, the tentacles.
And you smell like Fritos.
Yeah, I don't get that.
I don't know why.
How hard is it?
I don't get it.
Just a shower. The
Fritos scent. I don't know. It's not even like the chili cheese kind. It's the normal Fritos, which is not the good one.
Yeah, so it's like, hey, who smells like feet? All of these people.
Feet, great example.
That's what happened.
But you also you got to be a little worried that your daughter's growing up because here's the thing. You also know that the anime.
Mm-hmm.
And black people don't do leashes.
No,
you know what I mean?
No, black people don't do leashes. That's ridiculous. We don't do that. I don't understand what that is. I don't understand what that thing is. When you put them on and it's like, come on. I mean, we're already not fans of like ropes as it is, so leashes aren't a big thing. I'm just saying, it's true. I'm not in Uber pool. I don't know you.
Are you worried about her being influenced by the cosplay? Or not cosplay. Sorry, the anime community. Does your daughter ever cosplay?
She has. She's going to cosplay for. I don't know. She's going to
WonderCon.
I don't know.
Is it WonderCon? It's probably WonderCon.
I don't know if she is, but she may cosplay for WonderCon. But like kind of a concern.
Kind of a concern.
No.
There's another one in the closet.
Yeah, don't worry.
Go to the closet.
Be quiet about it. I don't know. He's not saying a word. He's not saying
16
a word.
age.
Don't worry. You're going to love it.
So I find it. I feel like I'm interviewing you, by the way.
Yeah,
I find it interesting, though. No, I do. I find it interesting Because you were never like a big anime guy. Now I know you wore those super loud Dragon Ball shirts where it was like a giant size Goku.
Also, I'm trying to work out just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit, so I can cosplay as M'Baku.
Oh, okay.
I literally want to do that. I just want to walk around just like as M'Baku.
Are you gonna have her cosplay as Shuri?
Huh? I don't know what the shit. I don't care. It's about me. That's what we're talking about. I don't know what she's. I don't know.
So wait.
I don't know what she is right now.
But now let's back it up for a second. Now, if your daughter did step into the reins here, doing hashtag show stuff, is that something you'd be encouraging of, or is it kind of like?
Dude, I was encouraging. Yeah, that's great. Because I can just walk away.
She'd probably be better than Ernie and Daryl.
Probably. Let's just be honest.
No, I think that's pretty cool though. It's super cool that when a father and daughter, or even really any siblings can, or siblings
like,
or
family.
a family can share that like geekdom. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I like that a lot.
Definitely.
And you guys have been at conventions together.
Oh yeah.
And it's so funny because we went to dinner or lunch with your, it was you, me, your daughter, I think JD and a few others. We all went to lunch and she was like, you're like, oh, well, you should hang out with your own friends, and you're like, well, your life is cooler.
Oh yeah, right. My life's cooler than her friends.
Anna, congratulations for being an anime fan. You are the weirdest group of people ever. It just kind of happens that way. But back to this show. I mean, we've talked about Power Rangers for about 3 minutes on total on this whole show.
Yeah,
it's just pretty much Joe just talking.
Oh, I thought you were gonna smack it.
Rob's white. Of course he can't shoot out.
Oh God! Oh, he's gonna get him! Oh, here it comes! Here it comes!
I'm Sean Bradley. Okay.
She watches a show called Golden Afro. Oh, no, Golden Afro. Maybe that's maybe that's the reference to the Sentai guy.
Oh, on whatchamacallit? On the Ranger. Golden Afro. I love that dude.
You got to catch him all.
Yeah, what?
Wait, so what's your favorite anime?
I don't know. You know what? Honestly, I guess it's weird because I can watch it over and over. Trigun. I literally can watch that over and over and over.
I've never seen
Samurai. Afro Samurai, not the Resurrection.
Well,
Resurrection
you've lost my interest.
What? Afro Samurai is dope.
Here's the deal. I personally think... All right, so let's go back to Power Rangers. We have totally derailed this.
Can I get some Power Ranger anime, though? Like, really, really good Power Ranger
You know what? There was going to be a Power Ranger animation that never ended up seeing the light of day.
Yeah, I know, and I don't understand that.
But I believe that was under the Disney era. I don't think Saban would shell out money to do an animation. Sorry.
And it sucks. Saban's not going to shell out.
What do you think Saban likes to do in his free time?
Count his money.
No.
Yeah. 1 dream dashed. 2 dream dashed. 3.
You remember that girl? You remember that girl I dated that was like her family friends with Saban?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That was the best. That was not the best. She was crazy.
Yeah, she was. But full circle now. Now it's like
I know, but it would have helped out this.
Well, yeah.
Her house was pretty sick, though.
It was.
Anyway, let's go back to this. So back to Hyperforce. Are you excited they're going to be in the Boom Studios comic books?
Yes, I'm also excited of the new. Kyle was supposed to be on there at some time, right? I'm excited for that episode because I wonder how much Kyle actually wrote for that episode that he's going to be on. Because I would love to know.
Next week, Kyle Higgins is going to be on Power Rangers Hyperforce Live.
That's right.
On Hyper RPG. You can check them out over on Twitch. That's where the live stuff happens. And then you can follow that a week after if you don't subscribe live, because it is under a pay window somewhere. Yes. If you don't subscribe, you can do that. Yes. Come on. Have you started watching Lupin Ranger and Power Ranger? We have a whole show about that.
Yeah.
I'm not on it, though.
No.
He's not on it either. But they have a whole show, Justin, Jezer, and Johnny. And I think this week is also Justin, Jezer, and Johnny.
Triple J, baby. J squared.
J. Yeah. J squared.
Yeah, see?
The J's.
Something you were going to say I was wrong.
No. I thought, I didn't, because I was going to say Paula was on one of them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot. Yeah, well.
Do you watch after Q Ranger?
I haven't yet. I'm waiting for it to build up a little bit.
Get the fuck.
So I can catch
you're not gonna.
up
No, you're not gonna. You're such a liar.
I am. What are you talking about?
You're not gonna do that.
I want to do.
And then you're gonna just binge 46 video. 46.
No, not 46. No. I want to binge when it hits 15.
Why?
Because that's a good number.
15's like a whole season on Netflix.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
That's why.
I'm not doing that. I've already let 4 pass. I don't know if I'm gonna. I saw the first one. Couldn't get into it.
That's also part of the reason I haven't, because you kept saying Don't do it. Don't do it.
I didn't say don't do it. Do
Dude,
it.
you said it was
No,
not
I said
good
it's
to
not
get
for me.
lost
I said it's
anymore.
not for me. I said I'm gonna watch and I'm gonna give it. So, a quick question to the people in here: how many episodes do you give something until you're out?
That's a good question.
I give it usually 4. 4 and I'm out.
Depends on how bad or good it is.
How many episodes? 3, 3, 3, 3, 4.
I go to rule of 3. You do the rule of 4.
Yeah, I got to give it 4, and I think to me that's called the Lost rule. I didn't really get hooked into Lost until the 4th
the
episode,
4th? Really?
which was the John Locke episode.
Oh.
And then I was like, oh man. So I call it the Lost rule.
Don't tell me what I can't do.
Don't tell me what I can't do.
Don't.
That's the Lost
Don't.
rule. So back to MorphCon. What was your favorite? What was your? Do you remember meeting any fans? What did some? Tell me some fun stories.
Fun stories. The party. The party was
yeah, that was a lot
ridiculously
of fun.
great.
That was a lot of
Oh
fun.
my god, the singing, the karaoke. I thought at one moment I thought people were gonna clear out, but then more people showed up when you guys started singing Power Rangers theme
Wait,
songs.
you don't have a date to MorphCon prom or Angel Go prom?
What? I'm sorry.
You don't, right?
No, I don't.
So what are you gonna do?
Well, I was gonna shoot a video and ask someone, but that didn't work out well. Dicks.
Jezer, I like how Jezer made his video way after your video.
dude. And there's a ship, a plane doing a barrel roll and everything in his. Remember what I wanted? I wanted like fireworks and all this.
He stole the fireworks idea, though. He stole the fireworks
idea. My idea.
He did.
But
He
I wanted
completely
to
did.
have like all this fanfare, and he stole it. So don't worry, I gotta come out with a better one, and it's gonna be better. And I don't know who I'm gonna ask.
Are you gonna do it at like karaoke? Like,
Oh, like, you know what? I may try to.
hey, you know what I was thinking?
I may ask a fan.
Maybe we should do the THS lip sync challenge. Who was telling me that we should do that? There, Josh. The THS lip sync challenge. How about that? Yeah, we might be doing that for charity.
I'm down.
Guys, we rambled on.
Yeah.
And I'll be
I don't
honest with you.
remember.
These shows are good, but like it's very difficult to talk about them when they're 2.5 hours each.
Yeah.
And we'll be better next week because it's only one episode we have to
Yes,
discuss.
thank God.
You'll be lucky if I'm even here next week. But if I'm in the case I am, then I love you guys. In case I'm not, then you know what I feel. But realistically, you guys are all awesome. Thank you so much for watching. But let's if you guys want us to talk for the next 5 minutes,
Yeah.
you can ask us anything.
Ask us anything.
But back to let's talk about your conventions experience.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about the worst interview you've ever done. Worst segment you've ever done here on Hashtag Show.
segment.
Where you just walked out completely like this was the
Disappointed.
worst.
This is horrible.
Yeah, this is the worst.
Oh my God. You know what? Honestly, I think it was probably one I think I did with Ernie.
Ernie.
Yeah.
What did you do with
Yeah.
Ernie?
I don't remember.
Was it the one that Ernie interviewed Candace Patton so bad that it hurt everybody?
Because we talked about it the next day. That was the problem. That was the thing. And I was honestly, okay. Ernie trolled Candace Patton because Ernie had this whole thing at the time.
Hey,
which was-
quit. We have a question. I got to interrupt you. Layla
What?
says, how would you feel if Hyperforce was turned into an actual show?
I'm in. I'm in
too.
'Cause,
Actually,
I mean, we've
probably
done
better
like
than the
Time
actual show.
Force and blah blah. Yeah, I definitely would be in. They're pretty creative with it. They let the actors actually contribute to parts of the story.
But I feel like that it's a little
So
different
good.
if it was an actual show, though, because improv is so heavy on this
True.
that once you get it written, it's a completely different
But
thing.
all these people are actual actors except for Andre, but we can see.
Well, I don't think Megan is either.
Oh really?
Who plays Chloe? Yeah,
Isn't she like a YouTube personality, right?
yeah, I believe so.
I honestly would trust all of them though.
Do you still think Q Ranger might get adapted in the future?
Yeah, it may actually be the next one.
I don't think it'll be it'll be the one after the next
After
one.
the next one?
MJ Spuddy, it doesn't ask me anything, so I'm gonna ask you, what is your favorite sexual position? No idea why I'm asking this.
Oh man, dude.
Daniel's a power bottom.
Nope. I kind of give the force. Is that because I'm the one giving the power, right? No. Wow. Are we at, this is the Power Rangers show. Are we?
Well,
really
it was. I said in the
Well, then-
AMA.
but you have to ask her too, don't you?
Sure.
Right. I like the back shots, man. Back shots. So right, doggy style. Yeah.
Another question: when
Oh
do
no
you
no no
usually
no
do
no
these live broadcasts?
No. Your position. That's the
Well,
question.
we usually do these
Yeah.
The
Wow.
live broadcaster every single
Wow.
week. We stream daily
That's
almost.
fair too.
Quest for Players. Did I tell you what's going to happen with that?
It's dying.
No, it's not. It might be. No. It's going to be a part. We're thinking about making it a segment on After Dark.
Okay.
And expanding it from there.
I like that.
If Hyperforce got a second season, who do you want to see come back from past seasons?
If it comes back to the end of the season, you know what? I want Johnny Young Bosch.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I want Johnny Young Bosch. I just recently saw him crack.
So I do answer questions. I think I want Eka Darville. I want Eka Darville.
Oh, wow.
Do you think Hyperforce is going to get a chance at season 2?
Yes. Oh, I honestly know it's going to happen.
Do you think they're all going to return?
I don't know about that.
I think
I know they're going to get
because depending on what happens with Shattered Grid, I don't think they'll kill off one of them.
Nope.
Because they have plans for it.
I'm telling you, they're going to be the key to it all.
Yeah, it could be.
It's a way to give them a push, so they can have a really good season 2.
Maybe.
Yeah. They'll always reference it like, oh, you remember what happened? Like, oh, blah, blah. Dimension hopping.
Hyperforce, I think, would have been better adapted as a comic book, though, rather than this RPG.
Yeah.
The RPG concept was cool. There's a couple things that hold it back.
Right.
I think it's a good idea. But the only thing is that you don't have established rules. So people that are coming in from Power Rangers don't necessarily understand the RPG world. And people that are RPG fans, I don't think they're going to get as attached to the Power Rangers story. But also, another big problem about it, I feel, is that, listen, I can barely stand watching my friends play video games, let alone doing something like this. So that's what makes it a little difficult. However, I will say the cast is great. And when you get, the cast is so good, they keep you intrigued. So it's almost, I do it as a podcast. I know you do it as a show. Mm-hmm. I do it as a podcast. And I think listening to it, like when I'm driving, makes that experience a little bit better. Layla says, so is Beast Morphers not going to be a continuation of RPM?
No.
It might be.
Really?
It's 50-50. We're not sure yet.
How?
It can be. I'm not saying it is, but it can be. I don't think it is, though. Here, let's see. Bumika says, do you watch Kamen Rider Build?
No. I haven't yet.
I don't either.
I was busy watching the Q Ranger.
Our good buddies over at the Henshin Hangout do, though.
Yep. You should actually check out the show.
Is Chris Kamen Lee going to be in Hyperforce?
Didn't we?
Yes.
You talked to him.
He's going to be in. Yeah, he's going to be on it in April. Fact. You guys don't know that. You didn't hear it from me. Daniel said it.
I did.
Henshins and Helmet says, just like the successor of the season, just a little tighter, focuses on the lore jumping through seasons. I agree. I think Henshins and Helmets, I completely agree. Helmets and Henshin Network, I completely agree. I think that the season is ambitious, but it's not focused.
You know what they could have done, which it's interesting, I'm even saying it. They could have actually made the whole thing a motion comic.
Oh, you know what? Stall while I talk.
Okay.
Keep going.
They could have made the whole thing a motion comic. It actually would have been cool to see people come in and actually do voices for the things, and it still would have saved them some money instead of actually doing a full-on animated series. So, or it could have been their first animated series. Didn't cost too much now for animation houses to do something. They could have actually paid Madhouse to do something, and it could have been a great anime.
Who now?
Just saying, Madhouse. They do really good art, animated stuff. What's something Madhouse has done recently? Anyone? No? There's a show on Netflix. I forgot. The one where you shoot them, and they come back to life.
Oh,
they have the little
right?
things. No. It's an anime. It's Ernie gave a breakdown.
Oh, then I'm out.
Oh, yeah. Dang.
Ernie recommending anything?
Really?
I'm just kidding.
Come on. Oh, well, Madhouse actually did that new anime that's on Netflix called Blame.
Josh, Josh, I'm going to forward you an email.
Comedy.
Can you open it and send a JPEG to him?
Yeah.
Continue on.
I'm just saying, it would have been actually good. And it wouldn't have cost them as much as actually doing a show. Because I understand when it comes to voice actors, you don't have to pay people too much. And you're not paying them too much anyway.
Are you saying they're not real actors?
No, I'm saying you don't have to pay the voice actors too much when it comes to that.
Hasbro era. Oh, hold on. We got more questions.
Oh.
There's a show that goes on after us, guys.
Yeah, we're not going to be here forever.
You should definitely watch Build. The actors are so amazing. Oh, you said a Japanese name that I can't say. Atsuhiro Inaki is one of the best Japanese actors I've ever seen. His name's not easy to say. He's not winning an Oscar anytime soon. And if he does, I hope John Travolta gives him the award. So he's like,
yeah.
Makes up some shit.
I don't know.
Hasbro, I feel like it's getting may open the door for animation, either web or TV. Good point.
Yeah, that's true. Like we did say, maybe Hasbro should.
MJ's actually going to bed now. Sweet dreams, he says. To
Yeah,
you.
you still didn't tell me what MJ stood for.
Who is your favorite actor in Power Rangers? Go.
I don't know. Sierra Hannah.
I think I'm gonna go with Naomi Scott. Let's see. It's awesome, Q Rangers, but it's Kamen Rider. Good night, MJ. Brendan Mejia, best Red Ranger in my opinion. Ooh, you know who's gonna take some exception
Dude's
with that?
ripped right now.
JD. I just went to lunch. I love that guy, by the way.
Such
He
a
is-
nice guy. Soft spoken.
I love that guy though.
Such a
He's
nice
an
guy.
amazing dude.
And he really will take his time. Like if he runs into like let's say a murder of fans, he will literally take the time, shake every one of their hands, and sign something, even if it's inconveniencing him. It's ridiculous.
And he's just a good guy.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of fun things planned with Brennan, so stay tuned for that. Guys, we did it.
I think we did it.
We filled our time.
I'm shocked.
Next week, I promise you, we're probably going to talk about Hyperforce. If we don't, then we don't. But we're going to probably talk about Hyperforce.
Yeah, probably.
But hey, it was entertaining, right? I completely agree with you, Sarah Hannah. What a shame Saban didn't. I agree with you, Sarah Hannah.
Yeah.
Sarah Hannah's been on this show so many times.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Daniel, where can everybody find you on social media?
Battlestar Galactica. Boom.
That's it?
That's it. Just find me there. Type that in any bit of social media, you'll find me.
You'll
Except
find
for Twitter.
You don't have Twitter?
No, Twitter, it's that hashtag BSG.
Do you
which
tweet?
Is weird. Do I tweet? I tweet.
What do you tweet about?
I don't know. Like, it depends.
Well, you can find me at that hashtag Joe on all social media. You can find me right here every single week on some show. You'll find me. But that's going to do it for us, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Look, I like how we're spiking now. All these people want to come in now.
Right?
Guess
Oh,
what?
hey, I'm here.
For all you guys that came in late, go watch the replay. We'll see you guys next week. Later.